Hello everyone, my name is Kaizurikudu and welcome back to Let's Play Path to Nowhere Flora Unfurl event part 2. So let's continue. Previously on the first part of the event, Christina was get caught by the garden. It was not necessarily get caught, it's just like one of the garden member was helping her from the corruptor attack and tried to convert her to the garden, but she failed. And then finally I think we're going to see Shalom and Rahu roll on this event because she finally show up and meet with Christina at hospital or something. So finally the showdown from the garden leader Coco versus Shalom might be inside. But anyway, let's go.
Ready? Let's go then.
By the way, I'm still not supporting Shalom. Eastside Bajan Medical College for affiliated hospital special ward. Christina doesn't remember how long she cried for. It's been so long since she's seen Shalom. Her tears just flow. In the distant future, when she thinks back on this event, she feels a little embarrassed. But now, the future detective faces another serious trial. Shalom sits by the hospital bed, slowly peeling an apple. She's not skilled with the knife, her movements are slow, but precise enough. Under the gaze of the scroll, the thin apple skin extends bit by bit before falling, and she finally speaks.
I heard that you frequently used your abilities during the investigation, and almost lost control.
I was forced by circumstances.
I think we agreed that the premise of giving you this task was not to rely on violence to control your own mania. Pursue truth and justice with wisdom. Right? We agreed, didn't we?
I mean, if we look a little bit in here, Shalom feels like a very caring person, but at this point I don't really know if she meant it or just one of her manipulative tactics.
Yes, of course I'll do it. I will do my best to complete the mission that you gave me. I remember. It's just that the enemies were too strong.
She had long forgotten. With a soft sound, the apple skin in Shalom's hands peel away. She carved a crescent shape with the knife, skewered it with a toothpick, and offers a gentle smile as she feeds it to Christina. She waits anxiously, sweat pouring profusely.
Here, open your mouth. It seems I'm pushing you too hard. Should we switch to a more suitable task?
No, Shalom! I made a mistake. I won't misuse my abilities again. Don't leave me!
The crying that had finally stopped once again echoes through the ward. 5 minutes later.
Have you finished your work? Where's Rahu? I remember she saved me last night from all those monsters. Is she alright?
Did she?
Rahu said, I didn't even need to use my abilities to deal with those things. You see?
Whoa, so powerful.
She's already searching for the garden's base near the scene of the incident. Your near-death experience provided vital information. We will treasure it. As for work, we need a bit more time. FAC will soon face an important battle. They need me to weigh in.
Oh, then I shouldn't bother you anymore.
Shalom smiles and hands over a piece of apple.
Your task is also important. Tell me about your progress. I know you've made achievements.
She pulls up the investigation records, files, and reports all of her speculation.
The garden took on the commissions of vengeance, but why select these assignments? and the final combination should have a deeper meaning. Now it seems they so generously gave me clues to guide my investigation. The first two cases are related to FAC's defeat in NF-103. Without a doubt, that must be the reason.
When talking about 10 years ago, Christina still feels a bit apprehensive.
Does the Garden think that what happened back then was unfair, and wants to attract attention through these cases, reveal the truth, and then make accusations?
Shalom picks up the second apple, still peeling it very slowly.
They don't care about the public's opinion. After all, they are a group of people who want to keep vengeance firmly in their own hands. Rehashing the events of NF-103 can only mean it's useful now. The Eclipse operation was top secret. FAC made huge sacrifices for a greater cause, but this sacrifice was used and twisted by others. Information leaked. The public's criticism of FAC was constant. Other factions in East Side also took the opportunity to suppress. FAC lost its original status, and from then on was controlled by others. People's trust in the city-state fell to the bottom. Like you, it was this very event that led you to believe there was a vast conspiracy behind the Nirvana incident in NF-104, prompting such a drastic assault.
Chris' head sinks. It's true, in NF-103, Chris, who had lost her father and friends, also fell into paranoia. The next year when she heard about the Nirvana mine incident, she took drastic action. The victim of that time is right in front of her.
FAC will soon have a major battle in the West District. A very important Black Ring control operation, using a lot of manpower and funds, will cause the power structure to change. The most critical thing for the FAC Commander-in-Chief is to return to Eastside and push through the operation plan. So, rehashing the old events at this time, what do you think it's for?
Could it be that they want to stir up trouble again, trip up FEC's rear, and obstruct this operation?
At least, this is absolutely beneficial for the underground. The Garden was originally an assassin group established by the underground forces. Although they declared independence a few years ago, looking at the Erica Villa incident, they are still connected.
I see. That's new. Thinking of the appearance of those people, Christina falls silent again.
Although her methods are outrageous, after actually meeting her, I don't think she's a complete lunatic.
Agree?
They are a group of people who have already given up on this world. They don't believe in justice anymore, but they won't admit defeat either. They want to seize everything with their own hands. They're a lot like me in the past.
That's not true.
Setting down the fruit in her hand, she looks at Christina.
If I was killed one day, would you kill for me?
I won't let that happen!
But if it does happen, what will you do?
I would find out the truth. Capture the criminal, and prevent him from hurting anyone else. I won't let anyone end up like me.
That's pretty naive though. I mean, like, you already have like this mania. Most likely you're probably gonna lose control, and after whoever kill her. Chris' head sinks more and more as he speaks, her words seeming less convincing even to herself.
I don't want that. If I had to choose, I'd rather die than have you killed, Shalom. You're the most important person to me.
Shalom looks at the ginger girl with her head lowered. After a long pause, she said word by word.
What if I committed crimes and evil deeds?
No way! You would never do such a thing!
Oh, if only you know.
Wrong answer. You should still seek the truth, capture the criminal, and prevent her from hurting anyone else. You're a detective, after all.
As she speaks, she ruffled Chris' hair, her voice regaining its usual warmth.
I know, but you wouldn't do that. Don't joke about that! It's too cruel.
Shalom looks at her, smiles, and pats her head.
All right. It's my fault for teasing you. I will always cherish your feelings.
The phone rings. Shalom answers it on speaker in front of Chris, continuing to peel the last apple with both hands.
It's me. We've searched a 10-kilometer radius around where Christina appeared, but we haven't found the entrance to the garden. I suspect they deliberately moved Chris.
They might have used some special technology. After all, they have the underground backing them. According to Chris's investigation, there will soon be a response from the FAC. It's time to move.
I'll come pick you up.
The call ends. Shalom has finished peeling the apple, displaying a mastery gained from practice. She quickly cuts a piece and offers it to Christina.
I'll go first then. Contact me as soon as there's any progress with the case. Its nature has completely changed now, and I need you to provide more clues.
I will. I'm heading out too. Since it's related to the battle, we can't delay. There must be clues in the third and fourth lines of the poem, along with the events related to FAC and NF-103. At least I can issue a warning in advance and gather more information.
Christina jumps off the bed, grimacing but managing not to cry out in pain. She quickly changed her clothes.
There's no need to rush. Someone came to see you.
Huh?
Whoa, who is that? Oh, it's the girl from the cemetery? The door opens and a gloomy girl in a wheelchair stops at the entrance, eyeing the two people in the room warily.
Maria? Oh, right, Shalom. Maria is my sister. She's a very smart kid.
How come she's not ginger?
I know. She's a child from your foster
okay.
family. You often mention her. You two must be very close.
So not blood related. Yo, I like her attitude already.
I'll leave you two alone. Take your time.
Seems she doesn't like Shalom. Christina nods repeatedly, bidding farewell to Shalom. When she turns back to look at Mireia, there's a hint of awkwardness.
They said you were going to die and asked me to sign, but you're still alive. When you're ready to die for your justice, let me know in advance. Don't cause me any trouble. Don't say that. After I solve this case, can we sit down and talk?
Mireia doesn't respond, just watching Shalom leave.
Is that the amazing person you mentioned? Yes, she's really special, kind, just, and strong. She's also very smart, and her answers are always right. Thanks to her, I've regained my energy. That woman never looked at me directly. In her eyes, I'm invisible. You better be careful, or you won't know how you died.
Christina smiles. She's found her path again and won't be swayed by the people from the garden. There won't be any problem. Now that they know that the murderer is targeting the chain reaction caused by the failed Eclipse operation in NF-103, the direction hinted from the third and fourth lines of the poem become more obvious. On the same night, she and Detective Dole work all night to identify several related businesses and individuals, contacting and warning each one. Some people on the list panic and seek protection, while others deny everything. The investigation team follow up on each one, As Shalom said, the importance of the case has escalated and preventive strategy is needed. However, Christina has a hunch that what's supposed to happen will inevitably happen.
Kids shouldn't be in this kind of place.
Christina feels like she is back in good shape. She runs all the way to the crime scene, only to see a large number of detective and FAC personnel have sealed off the area, and the guy leading them is a familiar face.
What? Why are you here? Never mind. I can't stop you anyway.
Finally, the inspector waves his hand and lets her in. Christina has also made up her mind that this time she will not resort to violence, nor will she damage anything at the scene. Oh, this are the third murder? Crime scene at Future Charity Foundation Park. Although Christina had a feeling when she heard their frightening reactions, she still felt a headache when it actually happened. The incident at the Future Charity Foundation perfectly matched all of Shalom's concern. The foundation is influential and difficult to control due to the large number of staff. If a scandal breaks out, it will greatly affect FAC future operation. The park has now been sealed off by FAC and the East Side Public Security Bureau. The Future Charity Foundation, where the incident occurred, was on yesterday's warning list and is one of the few organizations that scoffed at the warning. After all, their job is to operate and distribute FAC compensation. There is only one body at the scene, which has been sent for examination by the Public Security Bureau. Christina only got a report. According to the description in the report, the victim flowers were forcibly removed and put it in the faces at the scene. Let's go, it's time. At the scene, a piece of clothing is left behind, and a human figure is barely outlined on the ground with chalk lines. Is this the victim who was found? Why wasn't his body completely consumed by the flowers? Actually, I already have that question. I don't think we have anything right now, but let's do something. Christina carefully observes this safe, finding that it doesn't use a traditional lock, but a paired electronic key. Christina prepared to break it if she can't find the key. Is that the key? Oh, it's probably just a number. On the table in the conference room, there are many faces of flowers that look completely normal. If it weren't cordoned off, Christina would even think that the people here had just left the conference room. But in fact, it's possible that all the vitality of the victim has been put into these small faces. Christina is almost numb to it. Investigate the face. Among the mixed color plants in the faces, numerous bright red broken petals can be found. The familiar texture and scent indicate they are new mania flowers, only their shape is somewhat incomplete. It's as if a person has been divided into pieces and put at different places. Christina meticulously checks each face of flower, discovering that each of them hides some pieces of various mania flowers. This is a nameplate commonly found in conference room with a handwritten name on it. Christina looks up the name, but nothing comes up. She can't even find a person that has the same name. What is the name? Jonas Pigeon? Is it Jonas Pigeon? Okay, interesting. Let's see what else. This is a set of landscape paintings, 3 pieces in total. At first glance, there is nothing unusual. Are you sure? I think there's something in there. What is there? If the key wasn't taken by the murderer, then it's still at the scene. Where could it be? Is that the face? Maybe I should click the face again. This is a meeting report, the top page of which states the topic of the meeting. Proposal to increase the amount of charity compensation. The draft was written by someone called Eugene? Could this be a victim whose body didn't vanish? Search for information. Christina finds some basic information from the intranet. Eugene used to work in the FAC logistic department in his early years, but left FAC after NF103 to establish the Future Charity Foundation with several colleagues. In addition to Eugene, there are 12 elders of the same level as him in the Charity Foundation. What else? What else? With only few clues, Christina looks around the entire conference room and still focuses her gaze on the paintings. She has a feeling that there is something wrong. Christina observed the painting bit by bit. On both sides of the central painting, she discovered two very concealed grooves that can perfectly accommodate a finger. Christina tries to put her finger in and hears the sound of some mechanism operating. Oh, okay, move left. The central painting that moves when the button is pressed, it looks rather ordinary. The button is pressed, it looks rather ordinary. When the button on the left is pressed again, nothing happens this time. Oh. Oh, okay. I don't know what I did. Alright, so go here. Oh, right, where am I? A yellow light flickers at the bottom of the locker, indicating that there are items inside and that it has not been locked. Open. Take out. Confirm. In the storage locker, there's a neat stack of paper documents. Christina pulls them out and reads through them carefully. This appears to be a ledger of fund transaction of the Charity Foundation. In this day and age, most data is stored electronically. Can these few pages of paper truly suffice their needs? Examine closely. Christina forced herself to look at these numbers. Slowly, she noticed something amiss. These ledgers record all the funds allocated to the FSC and City Council, starting from 10 years ago up until today. Wow, there's gonna be like a lot of ledgers then. There are 2 transactions each year. What? With the amount growing steadily. The purpose of the fund is listed as compensation, but they are going to banks and various investment. No, wait a second. The so-called banks and investment are also fake. These outgoing accounts are actually personal accounts. One of the account names matches exactly with the name she saw on the conference nameplate earlier. Could this be another name for Eugene? Following this lead, Christina looks up the names of the other accounts and finds that the same name seems to match the group of people who left the FAC logistic department years ago. As she continued to flip through the document, a mania flower strangely grows out of the page, blooming vividly, but the page was flat before she turned to it. Is this Eugene mania flower? No, that's not right. Christina stared intently at the mania flower and suddenly realized the problem. Unlike the broken petals in the vases, this mania flower is intact, but is pieced together. It's made of many petals of varying sizes and shapes, forming a complete flower bit by bit. The type of petal matched those placed in the vases. Did Eugene mania flower get placed at different location, or do those flowers belong to different people to begin with? I feel like I pronounce face wrong. Is it a fuss? Oh, another one. What is this now? There's also a black electronic cipher in the storage locker, likely a key left behind by the killer. There's another one here. This one, the red one. Try to unlock. The storage locker displays a red light, as if some sort of force lockdown mechanism has been triggered. It can no longer be opened, and forcing it might damage the clue. Christina doesn't want to risk that. This one? Anything else? Can't do anything else here. Right, let's go back. Huh? No, go here. Can I unlock it now? Using this, use. Investigate. The things in the safe are gone. With no doubt, this disposable terminal was put in by the suspect. Christina carefully checks this terminal. All the content inside is deleted. Did the suspect leave it here to communicate with her? What does she want to do? To mock her for being late again, or argue about justice? No, Chris, you need to stay calm and not be affected by the enemy's trick. The terminal rings, but it's not the one in her head. It's Christina's own.
How are things, kid? Nothing happened at the scene, right?
I think I'm very certain about the killer's motive. The Charity Foundation is indeed related to the battle 10 years ago, and surprisingly, it has some relation to the previous 2 victims. Because the Charity Foundation has tampered with the compensation, many families received unfair treatment. They were either misled by Anania's report or threatened by Nathan, and the Charity Foundation has also put a lot of effort into suppressing FAC. But there are some discrepancies at the scene that I haven't quite cleared up.
What is that?
There is only 1 victim at the scene, but 12 different mania flowers are here, none of which match the victim. Each person can only bloom 1 kind of flower, indicating that there are at least 12 other victims. And the victim's body was solidified by the effect of Kokolik's ability, but his flowers were not here at the scene.
Kokolik?
That means at least 1 person's flower and 12 people who have bloomed have disappeared from this scene.
The suspect is very attention-seeking, and she has a strong sense of ritual for dismissing things. It's like she's inviting her to solve the case, to look for the truth, and what's more important is, in autumn's prime, wine and meat gleam, gold and silver set the festive scene, as years and years, vast and wide, over dried-up wells I alone stride. There's nothing festive here, only 1 victim stride alone.
The first 2 lines of the poem correspond to the location and time of the case and the victims. While the 3rd line of the poem is right about the victim, there's a subtle mistake with the location, which is closer to the 4th line of the poem. Inspector, I suspect that the 4th crime scene has already appeared, but we haven't found it yet. The things missing here may all be in the 4th scene, or they can be retrieved from the place corresponding to the 3rd line of the poem.
The place corresponding to in autumn's prime, wine and meat gleam, gold and silver set the festive scene. Recalling Shalom's speculation, Christina becomes increasingly uneasy.
Mr. Dole, can you find out the whereabouts of other core members of the Charity Foundation as soon as possible? Their financial flow... where do they usually spend their money? The victim this time is too special. I think we need to get the upper hand, otherwise...
Inspector, look at the TV!
We just received another anonymous document. There are words on the cover that say, "Want to know where tens of millions of compensation went? Ask what they did in NF 104.
Ooh.
It seems the killer wants to tell us something. The missing compensation funds and the victim at the banquet. What's the connection between the 2? Our reporters will continue to bring you updates. Breaking news! The latest crime scene has been found at the Sunset Club on Eastside 3rd Avenue, marking it the 4th case in the recent series of incidents. We're getting the latest updates. Live images are coming in from the scene. What kind of banquet is this? The flowers on a dining table. Oh goodness, are these the devil's work?
The inspector sends over images and Christina stares blankly. Among the mammoth object on the dining table, she recognized 12 familiar flowers.
Another 12 victims. A bouquet of flowers. This is... In autumn's prime, wine and meat gleam. Gold and silver set the festive scene.
Play then.
Great! Now a safety beacon can be placed here, too!
Wait, why is Kawakawa here? Did I bring Kawakawa?
Who will bloom under my sword today?
Out of breath, Christina arrived at the Sunset Club. It's a major hotel in East Side, usually bustling with people. Today there are even more people gathered outside, all reporters and bystanders who were forced to leave the scene. Of course, there's also a group of East Side sheriff and FAC soldier who have come late to clear the scene.
Gossip TV reporting. Why is the Public Security Bureau of East Side still sealing off the scene? What secrets are they hiding?
Can you tell us what the FAC's compensation case has to do with this case? Were there any sinners involved in the case?
Why does this public security case involve the FAC? Is this within their jurisdiction? Is the killer seeking revenge because the FAC pocketed the funds?
Me! Interview me! This is definitely related to the FAC's recent agenda. They can't hide their truth forever. Some say the FAC is not a shield protecting the city, but a dangerous organization secretly undermining its security. What's your comment on this?
The clamor and intermittent flashes make the scene increasingly chaotic. Christina remains silent, trying her best to squeeze through the crowd. The shouting reporters are easily pushed aside by her, and the detective guarding the scene let her through after glancing at her intern ID. Inspector Dole stands at the hotel entrance, shaking his head when he sees her.
No need to look. The scene is no longer useful.
What do you mean by no longer useful?
How do you know it's no longer useful? Despite his words, she insists on going in. First, she's stunned by the astonishing scene, then immediately understands what the inspector meant. Even though the scene is now sealed off, the first people to enter were reporters who got wind of the news. Their curiosity is enough to destroy everything. Oh crap. God damn it. What's this? Let's take a look at the food. The food here is arranged very neatly, but Christina knows that's just an illusion. After all, this reporter will do anything for first-hand news. Through a magnifying glass, she sees countless fingerprints on the food and plates. The seemingly neat scene is a result of the detective's best effort to restore it, but it's no longer useful for the investigation. Christina's gaze moves toward the center of the dining table. The red petals, as vivid as fresh blood, exude an unsettling aura. The petal shapes are distorted and irregular, as if twisted and fused into a flower by some strange power. Rather than a flower, it looks more like an organism that's made out of numerous lives, a living mania tree. This one is like the same picture. Christina is observing the painting in the banquet hall, which are identical to the one at the previous scene, except there's no secret chamber behind this one. From the long table in the center to the scattered chair and the painting on the wall, these two crime scenes are strikingly symmetrical. Is this a result of the murder obsession or just an interesting coincidence? The fingerprint on the kitchen card are even more obvious. Christina even suspects that someone secretly took food from the card. Fortunately, this group of intruders did leave her a key clue, a guest list. The guest list has a total of 13 guests, which checkmarked next to the names of 12 people. Is this a list of those who attended the banquet, or a dead list? Why isn't Eugene's name marked? Is the criminal trying to mislead us, or was Eugene unable to attend? Before Christina began her investigation, Inspector Dole and his team had already examined every corner of the scene.
Yeah, we've checked. There are signs of damage everywhere. All the clues have been contaminated. Some things have been moved around, and maybe some have been taken away. Those announcements sent to the media were timely. Why didn't they send us one too?
Whether the criminals sent the letters to destroy the scene or to expose everything as Shalom suggested is hard to determine now, but in any case they were indeed late. As the operation approached, FAC faces mounting public pressure. If this is the purpose of the underground, they've achieved their goal. For the first time, the mentor didn't leave Christina a puzzle, but instead wreaked havoc on the scene. Wait, are there really no puzzle here? No place for her to explore?
Among all 13 elders of the Charity Foundation, why was only one of them moved to another scene? Why go to the trouble of arranging two symmetrical scenes? The reason for the retaliation against the Charity Foundation is clear. But even if she's doing this as a payback, this doesn't make sense. She could have just arranged this one extravagant scene. Why?
Christina vaguely realized that, whether the mentor intended it or not, both scenes hid some information.
Inspector, I have some ideas. I would like to head back to the third scene later. Before that, there's one more thing at the fourth scene I was hoping you could investigate.
But this scene has already been completely destroyed.
Isn't there still a clue? The one that even the most gossip-loving reporter didn't dare to touch?
Christina looks at the terrifyingly large banquet on the dining table, intimidating and fully contaminated by mania. No one dared to touch it. Where there are puzzles, there's the possibility of uncovering the truth. Looking at the determined Christina, Dole can only let out a long sigh. He really can't deal with this intern. At Christina's strong insistence, the intelligence department tested the flower again, and the result of this test is as Christina thought. The intelligence department detected the DNA of 12 people on this organism, corresponding exactly to the 12 broken flowers in the conference room. This is what Kokwelik wants to hide, all the feints and the mystery of the third and fourth lines of the poem were just to hide a secret. And the secret is hidden in the third scene, the conference room. I mean,
don't laugh too hard.
For an intern, Christina feels like have so much power over her senior or something like that. Right, go back to the third scene. Oh, it's not? Christina is somewhat relieved that the two crime scenes aren't too far apart. They don't have much time left. If she is right, then there is something wrong with the case at the third scene. Perhaps Eugene didn't die at the hands of the mentor.
The mentor meticulously planned this. She even violated her own principles and forcibly created a fourth scene, just to cover this up. If the criminal has something to hide, we must uncover it.
She stormed into the conference room. This time she will unravel the lies beneath the lies. Okay. Christina has a clear goal in mind. She already knew the truth, and now it's time to verify it. Christina collects all the mania flowers she can find. She then uses a small DNA testing machine to test these flowers and compare the result with the intelligence department test result from the fourth scene. Both scenes only have the same 12 type of DNA. So Eugene's not there? Christina understands the killer thought process. Things are sometimes real and sometimes fake. What seems like obvious flaws are actually messages left by the killer, and what seems like perfect disguise might have hidden intention. Christina opens the central painting, and after moving it to the far right, she ignores the activation sound of the mechanism and continues to press the right groove. The mechanism moves slowly, and a brand new painting appears in front of her. Oh, so we can change the painting. This is the painting displayed at the third scene when the incident occurred. The burned blade mark indicates the presence of another killer. This kind of attack is completely different from the mentor's usual practice. And to hide this secret, the mentor not only painstakingly designed various puzzles but also violated her own notice letter. Enter the chamber. I can hack it? Christina has cracked the mentor puzzle. She isn't afraid of any other consequences and directly hacks open this glowing red storage cabinet with an axe. Inside there's only a flowery scroll, which looks exactly the same as the one she received before. Little one, you need to speed up your puzzle solving. If this was her first time here, Christina might have been upset by her, but now, Christina just feels like it's unnecessary. The blade mark Christina just discovered clearly weren't caused by Coquelic's power, but by another ability. And the fact that Eugene's flower can't be found anywhere indicates one thing. When Coquelic showed up, he couldn't grow a flower anymore. So he already dead. Someone had already killed him.
Eugene was killed by another assassin. Coquelic made all this fuss just to help her cover everything up. That person is also a sinner from the garden, and a very weak one.
This is an opportunity.
Not only did she commit the crime against the mentor's will and leave so many flaws at the scene, but she also forced the narcissistic Coquelic to give up her original perfect plan to help her cover up the scene. The criminal who attacked Eugene is definitely easier to deal with. She will be the breakthrough, but what should I do?
Just then the phone rings.
Well done, Chris. Leave the rest to me.
Could be that Thistle? That dude that killed Eugene? Or perhaps there's another assassin that we don't know.
Stay close.
Are they gonna introduce a new character? Whoa, what happened? Have you heard about the Future Charity Foundation case? It's about the FAC scandal from 10 years ago. It's a big deal. I did. Whoa, 1 billion these coins. That's huge. I'm not a family member and even I'm furious. Pretending to be so innocent. There must be a whistleblower in the FAC. Speaking of which, the East Side Hotel massacre. It seems like someone silenced all people involved. All the core members of the Charity Foundation were wiped out. Amazing, what a hero. Heard he was a beautiful assassin from the garden, punishing evil and promoting good. Brilliant. No, didn't you hear? There is one more person who didn't die. The real mastermind behind the foundation. Eugene. He didn't go to the East Side Hotel at all. His signature wasn't among the guests at that banquet. Yes, I have a mole within the criminal investigation team who told me there was a murder at the hotel, at the Future Charity Foundation to be exact. Even before all this, only one victim, Eugene. I should just wait until it's finished. But do you know, Eugene isn't dead, he was saved. I have photos straight from the criminal investigation team database. What? Impossible! He was the source of all the scandal. He set up his entire charade, took the most money, and in the end he's the only one left alive? Where's the justice in that? How could the Garden have failed? Aren't they the most ruthless and brutal assassins? A few assassins are no match for the bigwigs of the Charity Foundation. They were fooled.
Inspector, we demand an explanation. Is it true that Eugene is still alive? What are you trying to achieve by keeping this a secret? Could it be that there were never any assassins from the Garden? This is all Eugene's own doing. When he heard someone was clearing up the scandal from back then, he faked his own death, didn't he?
Give us an explanation! The attention is getting higher! You can't hide this! We saw him in person at the sanatorium!
Reporters who caught wind of the story have completely blocked the front door of the future Charity Foundation sanatorium. They all hold so-called reliable information in their hands, clamoring for Eugene, the Charity Foundation head who's clinging to life, to come out and confess. The scene is abuzz with noise all at once. On the other side of the crowd, a slender figure stands for a while before turning to leave. She cleverly conceals her face, moving quietly without drawing attention, but her pace quickens, finally darting into a dark alley, running, filled with surging hatred.
It's my mistake. I need to clean up this mess. Even if I'm driven out, I can't cause any more trouble for Mentor.
I will say I will guess that is the voice of McQueen. I think they share the same voice actor or voice actress.
Bastard! Bastard! I clearly stabbed him. I used my ability. I made sure.
It is McQueen. I think it's McQueen.
If that scumbag can live, why can't the people he killed?
She made sure that the man was in the top secret ward in the northeast corner, who had just been urgently transferred there 3 days ago. She couldn't possibly mistake the man in the photo. It was the bastard who ruined her life.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you over and over again. I'll kill you with my own hands.
She turns into a side door hidden in the shadow, where someone has been waiting for her.
You really did come. Has your confinement been lifted?
Why are you here?
I didn't expect it to be you either. We sure are fated. Shalom was right. A rookie assassin who is so stubborn that she would act without the permission of the mentor, and a junior who needs her mentor to clean up after her, would absolutely not tolerate failing a second time. You're too eager to put someone to death. That's why you fell for this trap.
The assassin's voice begins tremble, her eyes reddening.
I should have killed you back then.
Stop committing atrocities in the name of vengeance. Now, I am arresting you for the attempted murder of Eugene. Surrender and confess. This is your last chance.
I feel bad. There are no support devices automatically configured in the battlefield. Tap here to see the support device available in this level. It can be placed on the battlefield on any of the placeable grid as needed. The question is, do I need it though? Because I don't. Oh, Shalom range is actually pretty short.
Flowers will bloom
Zoya there.
wherever I go.
As usual, Langley. Where's Langley?
Execution time.
And Rahu? Where's Rahu? Rahu? There you go.
I can eradicate any threats, if that's what it takes
Oh,
to guarantee
okay.
your safety.
One more is... Where's Christina? There you go.
Time for the East.
Just help DPSing Christina. Right. I'll give it to Zoya. I keep forgetting this.
Till the bloom here, till the day you wither.
God damn it. Come on, Tangli.
Time to die.
Oh, not this again. There you go.
Bloom here, till the day you wither.
There's too many over there. There's no Zoya.
I am the Legion.
Not necessary, apparently. The ambush ends swiftly and decisively. The assassin is quickly transferred to a safe house for interrogation, and the 9 agency also sends a hypnosis expert to assist in the investigation. Christina was forbidden from attending the interrogation. She had completed her own work and was sitting in the break room, feeling a bit dazed.
The body that the mentor bloomed would stop all normal physiological responses. But I think the real time of Eugene's death was August 9th.
Wait, I thought she's alive.
The night that the rookie from the garden saved me. She must have deeply hated Eugene, so she disregarded the garden's rules and personally sought revenge, even if it meant angering her mentor.
I should have killed you back then.
Christina leaned back, sinking into the couch, and looks up at the ceiling, exhausted.
On her way back from revenge, did she feel lost for the first time? That's why she saved me, even though I'm clearly her enemy.
Don't overthink. At least you caught her. If she returned to the garden after getting her revenge, she would truly become an assassin. Only taking more lives, turning from confusion to numbness. It's good as it is now. At least she's fiercely hating you. You can't make everyone happy, or win everyone's approval. But you're doing what you think is right. Your first big case, you did a great job, even exceeding expectations. You can take a good rest now.
Christina nods, utterly exhausted after all that's happened. She hopes everything is over now. She opens up the news on her phone and puts on her headphones. On the screen, a stern and resolute old man is being bombarded by countless cameras and microphones. Christina recognizes him. He's the current commander-in-chief of FAC who took office after the Eclipse operation.
Can you tell us what the FAC's compensation case has to do with this case? Were there any sinners involved in the case? Is it related to the FAC Commander-in-Chief's return? Why is the FAC involved in this security case? Is this within their jurisdiction? Is there something else going on about this operation plan?
Give us an explanation. More people are paying attention. You can't hide this.
We have nothing to hide. All of FAC's plans and intentions are to protect the city-state. And our operations won't be hindered by such minor issues. I've returned solely to advance the operation proposal. But since you're here for an interview, I'll take this opportunity to say a few words to the criminals. Stop targeting ordinary people. If your target is FAC, come at us directly. I'll see you on the battlefield.
Leaving the Eastside Public Security Bureau building, Christina walks alone in the quiet alleyway. The poem and her serial cases have been completed, so what will that woman do next? If Thistle could sneak out of the garden, it is most likely that the mentor isn't at the base right now. So where will she go? To find her client? Or to bloom another flower? Anyway, the mentor has never taken her seriously from the beginning. Christina has completely understood this, and suddenly she has a strong desire to see her. She wants to ask Kokwalik what is all this for? Is it necessary to hinder such an important operation? Is it necessary to side with Underground? By sacrificing the chance to save the West District, does the vengeance obtained make the garden happy?
Inspector, I'm inexperienced, careless, and I often mess things up. But sometimes, my terrible intuition is surprisingly accurate. My intuition tells me that the assassination from the poem is not over yet. Given that woman's flamboyant personality, it's impossible for her to end it quietly.
As she's saying this, suddenly something sharp pricks the back of her head. Before she could react in shock, Christina lost consciousness. Oh. The results of the interrogation are handed over to the Hush. Under hypnosis, the garden assassin spills everything she knows. Limited information. The most important intel has been subjected to counter-psychological suggestion and can't be currently extracted. She worries that the mentor has taken on a commission from evil forces. She has caught a glimpse of a long list. She knows the mentor made a dangerous trade for some reason. She deeply regrets sabotaging the mentor's plan. Shalom quietly flips through the report.
In autumn's prime, wine and meat gleam. Gold and silver set the festive scene. As years and nears, vast and wide, over dried up wells, I alone stride. As years and nears, vast and wide, over dried up wells, I alone stride.
The writing is awkward but full of pride. The author must be very proud of this. She must want to execute her plan perfectly. But the plan was ultimately disrupted. She had to split into two scenes to cover for another little assassin. The two scenes essentially form a sentence of the poem. Set the festive scene. The real target of As Year and Nears, I Alone Stride is. She glances at the timetable. The agenda for the West District Operation proposal is coming up soon. If the Underground wants to disrupt it, if she herself wants to disrupt it, then compared to this tickling performance, she will. Shalom smiles.
Since it's a grand blooming, I suppose it won't just end here. Right, Mentor?
All personnel assembled! The Commander-in-Chief has been attacked! The Commander-in-Chief has been attacked! The criminal is a garden assassin!
My work here is done.
Did
I wish
Kokwalik
you
really
good
do
luck.
all of those things alone? Why? Why don't just bring an army of garden assassins? And where is Sumire? I thought she's gonna make an appearance here.
Chump, it's your lucky day. Most people don't get the chance to be O's lion tail.
Temporary command of the FAC Hush joined task force.
The criminal attacked the temporary command post, used a transport vehicle to kidnap the Commander-in-Chief, license number DS3864H. The vehicle just passed the Rust and is now heading towards East Side. Judging from the life science monitoring, the commander is still alive. There is still time. The enemy getting such accurate information indicates that the Underground has infiltrated FAC. The core rescue operation will be carried out by the Paradiso's Hush unit. The operation time is 2 hours and 13 minutes. Rescue the commander before the designated meeting time. Prevent the spread of panic. FAC's main force should not act. Do not disclose any information. Inform them that the commander will arrive on time. During this period, anyone who behaves abnormally, spreads panic, or investigates the commander's whereabouts may be a spy from the underground and will be closely tracked by the 9th Agency. The underground has sent an invitation for a skirmish. This is also our chance. The West District operation proposal will definitely be passed. We should clean ourselves up before the war begins and eliminate all moles.
When Christina wakes up, her surroundings are pitch black. The space is vibrating, as if she's in a vehicle. Christina gropes around. Beside the dark metal boxes, there are even many people piled up next to her. Her phone is gone. Christina can't contact the outside world, so she takes out a small flashlight to shine around. There are guards and bureaucrats around, as well as some high-ranking individual whom she can't identify, but they are all unconscious with small flowers blooming on their bodies.
Of course it's her.
She hastily checks everyone she can see. Fortunately, the degree of blooming is not deep. It seems to be just a means for Coquelic to control people. Among these people, Christina finds one who is different. He is old but robust, has grey hair, and his body is full of injuries. Many parts of his body have been replaced with machinery, and he is under more severe restriction than the average person, falling into a deep unconsciousness. This face, Christina remembers seeing it on TV.
The FAC Commander-in-Chief?
Christina immediately understands her situation. As years and nears, fast and wide, over dryad wells, I alone stride. This is the real fourth scene corresponding to the fourth line of the poem, and she has one of the victims was attacked last night and brought here. Oh, right. Rustling. Perhaps sensing someone awakening, a red light emerges from the corner of the shadow. Christina looks over to see the red light transform into muck, coalescing into filthy humanoid forms. They are the puppets from the underground that Shalom once told her about.
I was right. She really is in cahoots with the underground scoundrels.
Even Christina is now a victim, which means the criminal no longer needs a detective. This is the final case. The final problem. Christina slaps her face hard, turning her cheeks bright red.
Great. There's still time. I won't let you get your way this time.
Let's go. Oh, you can use 3? Why? This is good enough, I guess. I'll give it to Zoya, give it to Shalom.
Here till the day you wither.
I should have chose Rahul. Well, it doesn't matter really. Oh my god, I forgot about this thing. I don't bring too many core breakers.
Quiet.
I just realized that Shalom energy is really fast.
I am the Legion.
The recovery of her energy was really fast. Oh god damn. This is probably the part that I really need to...
Too noisy. Quiet.
Ooh, the animation though. See, it's already filled again. Why is that? I need to see like how much energy does Shalom get.
Contamination device. I should have known. Fortunately, the FAC armor still has some anti-mania devices. I need to get out before the hypercube storage runs out. I have no idea where this car is going, or how much time I've just wasted. I need to hurry.
She struggles to move the unconscious commander-in-chief, but quickly discovers a chilling device on the man.
Is this a contamination bomb?
At this moment, the sound of electricity crackling comes from the other end of the darkness.
Inside the car, a walkie-talkie?
A familiar voice comes from the other end of the walkie-talkie.
Hello there, little detective.
My work here is done. I wish you good luck.
Keep up with my rhythm!
All right, stop banging on the door. This is the FAC's super armored car, not the safe you're used to smashing. And stop throwing a tantrum. Didn't you also use dirty tricks to kidnap my people?
Do whatever you want with me. Just let the commander go. This operation in the West is very important. If we can block BR-002, the West can be saved. So many innocent people won't have to be abandoned by the city-state. Now is not the time for you to throw a tantrum.
Sure. You know I don't care. Give me a contact. I want to call your favorite Hush sister.
Oh, finally, they're gonna talk. A familiar ringtone sound from the other end of the walkie-talkie. Here we go, guys. Finally, the two bosses finally gonna talk.
How convenient. She's calling you.
You took my phone?
Shush. Adults are talking. Children shouldn't interrupt. I'll mute you.
Kokwalik ignores Chris' roar. She soon answers the incoming call on the phone and turns on the speaker. Behind the driver cabin, the young girl is clearly irritated. She bangs on the door with all her might, trying to get the caller's attention. Kokwalik leisurely holds the phone between herself and the walkie-talkie. The car is going fast and noisy.
Hello, mentor.
Hello, Hush. I have your people, but you don't seem surprised at all.
After the first time you kidnapped her, Christina was implanted with a locator. I knew she was near the rust. Naturally, she was kidnapped by you again.
She's like the chief of MBCC. She already got the talent for it.
That's strange. I've had her kidnapped for several hours. Why are you only calling now?
Kokwalik notices the banging on the door stops abruptly. She lets out a cold laugh and continues to focus on the phone call.
Taking a living person as my tracker. How shameless. The little girl must be heartbroken.
The commander-in-chief is there too, isn't he? We've already locked on to the vehicle's location. This time, it's not the sheriff or the FAC chasing you. It's the Paradisos exclusive Hush unit.
That sounds very, very powerful.
We can still talk now, mentor.
Your Hush unit has been harassing me since June. Don't act so distant. And besides, I didn't pick up your call to take orders from you. Listen, Hush of Paradisos. This car contains your commander-in-chief, a dozen important negotiators, and the underground mania bomb you hate the most. It's heading towards Eastside. Right now, an underground puppet is driving the car. Sniping won't affect it. If anything causes the car to slow down during the journey, the bomb will immediately detonate. And the M value within a kilometer radius will exceed 2,000.
Oh shit.
The only way to defuse the bomb is to dismantle the detonator directly. It's on the old man. The old man is next to your puppy. As for whether she has the ability to do this, we both know the answer. It's 11:32 in the morning now. In less than half an hour, this car will reach the first densely populated area of Eastside. I'm not like you. I don't negotiate. This is what you asked for.
Damn.
Understood. This is indeed a choice you would make. The operation in the West District is necessary. So is the Commander-in-Chief. The demands of Paradisos are clear, and I will eliminate the threat at the lowest cost.
The car is bumped a few times. Something has clung to the roof. Quite a few. It's the Hush Elite Squad.
Don't be so sure.
Kokwalik hangs up the phone and casually unmutes the walkie-talkie. The other end is silent.
Alright, kiddo, don't sulk. So you're being overlooked. That's nothing new. Your dearest Shalom sent the Hush Squad, but they're not here to save you. Of course, they can't stop me either. I've told you how to play. Your detective game isn't over yet. Want to continue?
After a moment of silence, a low but firm voice comes from the other end of the walkie-talkie.
I will win. I won't let you have your way.
Good. Then show me your justice.
The underground mania puppet is driving the car. Kokwalik reaches into its body, pulls out a jet black sturdy floral sword. She breaks the car window and falls onto the roof of the car. Facing the rushing wind, she raised her hand to impale 3 white masked men. Why is it so slow? Who leap onto the roof, throwing them off the car. They tumble and bounce like trash, destroying several chasing cars. I forgot that I can just like immediately
Let's see
make them
how
appear.
ridiculous it is.
Oh, let's check this. All right, let's do this. Use
Time for a little exercise.
You know what? I think we need to combat that
Execution time.
annoying shadow thingy that it breaking.
I don't have much to contribute on the front line. I'll count on you guys.
Flowers will bloom wherever I go.
Is Darren? What level is
Okay.
this? 25?
Fine. I'll go.
Today's performance is about to start.
Let's do this. I still don't understand why she act alone though. Why can't you just use the whole garden? Oh, god damn it, I didn't realize it doesn't attack. Wait a minute, I think there is no like condition, right? Why did I restart that? But you know what, just in case. Whoa, is that like a new effect or something? Oh, is it because I used the chief?
Time to die.
There you go. Didn't notice that. Then just change Darren here then, because I think I needed to break them.
Bloom here, till the day you wither.
I keep forgetting about that.
Good show's
Hello
about
there.
to start.
I've been waiting for you. Oh, there you go.
Good show's
Welcome.
about to start.
I need to give the energy to Darren. One more? From there? Come on, I'm waiting. There you go.
Good show's about to start.
Okay, it's dismantled.
This isn't a very complicated bomb, but Christina doesn't have time to think about that. She has more pressing matters. The door to the driver's seat swings open with a clatter, allowing a gust of wind and shards of shattered glass to float into the carriage where Christina is. She quickly rushed out, her first action being to grab the Mania puppet. She hurls the puppet out of the window and quickly grabs hold of the steering wheel herself. Searching for the brakes, she realized that they have been removed.
Kokolik!
Lifting her head again, she finds that Kokolik has already taken a seat on the hood of the car, her back to Christina. Her hair streaming through the broken windshield obscure Christina's view.
It's 11:56. Almost time.
I've already defused the bomb. You...
Oh, is that so? Well done. Do you want me to praise you?
Isn't that sounds very easy?
Stop messing with me! That was the simplest of traps. Even an amateur like me could easily disarm it. You never intended to kill anyone with that.
What?
If you weren't aiming to kill the Commander-in-Chief, then who's your real target? And why are you doing this? What are you trying to tell us?
The wind makes her voice somewhat unclear.
The Hush Squad has given up on forcibly attacking this vehicle. They can't do anything about me. They did leave a final ultimatum, though. They said that 1 minute before entering the danger zone, they would detonate the entire vehicle.
You bastard! Give me your phone. I'll tell them that the bomb has been defused, that it's safe now. All we need to do is stop the car. I can drive it until it runs out of fuel if necessary.
I already told them that.
Huh?
5 minutes before you disarmed the bomb, I knew you could do it. So I sent a message to the Hush. She hasn't responded to me yet. Do you think it's because she hasn't seen it? Or because she doesn't believe it?
What did you say?
Or is it because...
Far ahead on the road, a blurry figure appears. Just by the silhouette, Christina recognizes who that is. Shalom is standing in the middle of the road, with Rahu at her side. Ooh, the confrontation!
Oh, isn't that your beacon of justice?
Christina can no longer hear Kokwalik taunts. She sees the Black Grim Reaper, the Paradisus weapon known as Scroll, slowly opening.
Shalom?
She has seen its power before. It was once a magnificent force for justice that she trusted immensely. But now it fills her with fear.
I did it. I've already stopped her, believe me. I beg you. Don't use it, please.
Scroll slowly unfurled, as if amassing energy. It analyzed the scene, as if calculating that too. Waves of light flow over it, like a cruel countdown.
By the way, that old man won't die so easily. Otherwise, the underground guy wouldn't have asked me to do this. But I can't say the same for the others in this vehicle. Including you.
Wait, Shalom gonna sacrifice Christina? She looks ahead at the road, where the Hush is standing in the center, along with the black-clothed guardian. Kokwalik scoffs disdainfully, flips back onto the roof of the car and leaves, but not before uttering one last sentence.
Goodbye, envoy of justice.
Right now, the only person in Chris' eyes is Shalom. The broken car window allows them to recognize each other at this distance. Shalom's expression is like a frozen statue until, at one moment, Christina sees her lips move.
Position. Force. Timing.
Oh, Shalom, how cold are you?
Go.
A blue light shoots vertically into the sky from the center of Scroll. Several rings of light are immediately projected onto the ground in front of the vehicle. The moment the uncontrolled vehicle drives into them, something descends from the sky. White light covers everything in front of Christina's eyes, and a massive shockwave flips her over. The airbag deploys, but is of little use as her head slams hard onto the ground.
Good job. Let's go back and celebrate.
God damn, this is getting intense. Shalom!
Drink with me
You
when it's
crazy.
done.
In the middle of the highway, amidst the fiery ruins, Shalom slowly walks over the scorched road, surveys to find the old man. His uniform is torn, revealing more than half of his mechanical prosthetic limbs. Even his heart area has a vein-like pulsing. At least half of his body has not been destroyed by the impact. He is as resilient as iron. Several medical personnel rush over, administer CPR, and perform a series of procedures. The old man suddenly opens his eye and takes a deep breath.
Glad to see you're all right, Commander.
Hush.
He gasps for breath, hard to speak, but his gaze remains fixed on Shalom.
I'm still alive. Did you use Rebel?
Rest assured, to use that kind of power on you, I would need to apply for permission, which would certainly not be granted. Besides, your body is very robust. There's no need for me to intervene.
What about the others?
He turned his head to look into the direction of the transport vehicle. The large vehicle has already toppled over. The contamination cleanup team inspect the remnant of the Mania bomb. No need for further action. The attack from Skrull directly purified all the contamination. No, it destroyed everything with a power from higher up, a more lethal strike.
The vehicle contained a large amount of level 5 Mania pollutants. You could withstand the impact, but you definitely couldn't withstand the contamination. Direct purification from Paradisos is the most prudent solution, with the least cost.
With the least cost? Like what you did in the West District in March. BR-002. A second time. Was that also what you call the least cost?
You make Chief in a coma, is that what you call the least cost, Shalom?
Yes. The underground is in motion, time is limited, and the mission I received was very clear. At all costs.
Are you even redeemable?
Understood. If this is the result of Paradiso's calculations, we can only trust it. Only you can do this.
You know what? F Paradisos, man. What the hell? Who are they thinking? They are. The Commander-in-Chief murmured, pushing away the helping hand offered by Hush and struggling to get up. His entire body of metal organs makes a dense noise as he finally stands.
Killing an old man doesn't require such a grand scheme. It's a smokescreen. Just like the serial cases they were involved in previously. They're trying to divert our attention to make their next move. That woman has an entire assassination list. All the backbone of this operation. The backbone of FAC. She's already got a handle on some of their whereabouts. Not all. She's trying to pry my mouth open. Those scumbags know all too well. Killing just me won't be enough. FAC has plenty of warriors. If they want to halt the operation, they'll have to kill everyone.
I mean, technically you're also taunting them to actually bring to the battlefield, and then now you kind of like take the consequences.
Dream on. Go back. Don't waste time on me. Round up all the spies and all the agents inside FAC who have turned against us. Their bold actions mean that our operation plan is already posing a real threat to them. Which means we absolutely have to push through. An FAC's meant to die on the battlefield against Mania, not at the hands of these scoundrels. We'll continue our fight. You go and make them pay.
Of course, the Ninth Agency and Hush have already taken action. If the enemy can't kill you, their plans will be completely exposed.
A few soldiers rush up to help the old man leave. Before getting into the car, he takes one last look back.
There's an agent, a sinner, who locked up the front seats before the explosion, blocking 20% of the firepower. I hope she's okay. Is she one of yours?
Is it Christina?
She is my subordinate.
Then you truly have no humanity.
Exactly. The FAC special vehicle drives away. Shalom turns and heads toward the transport vehicle. Rahu is giving first aid to Christina. The moment the attack was launched, Christina turned to close the door. Rahu left Shalom and rushed to the front of the car, shielding her with her shield. The detective was not directly torn apart by the shockwave from above, but the fused metal still pierced her waist. She's stuck in place, unable to move, and the loss of blood makes her consciousness hazy. Through the bloody mist in front of her eyes, Christina can't see who's approaching, but she recognized the familiar footstep.
Rahu, let me handle this.
She bends down and holds Christina's hand.
Where's the commander? What about the others? I've already dismantled the device. I did it. There was no need.
Not everyone is as sincere as you. That woman has set up even more cruel traps. Such a risk cannot be ignored.
Then, can I go and check? I want to know whether I managed.
There's no need for that.
Her right eye reveals a faint triangle, and at the same time, Christina feels something touching her soul. Oh, is she gonna use her power on Christina? It's a touch of white light, a vague giant shadow. Christina feels nauseous, as if she's been invaded and squeezed. The pain in her body is lessening, but the sickness cannot be eliminated. She wants to struggle, wants to shout questions, wants answer.
Tell me what the commander just said. Yard 002. The March uprising in the West District. Were you involved?
It's time for you to know the truth, Christina.
What do you mean by twice? What about BR 002 and NF-104? Is it related to this? Didn't you say you're still investigating? Shalom. What you've done, is it really justice?
After a long silence, the nauseous feeling disappeared. Shalom let go of Christina's hand, clean and neat.
Forget it.
Shalom gets up and returns to her scroll. Christina opened her eyes wide. She finally sees the person in front of her clearly. That person is looking down from a high place, indifferent, looking down at her. Then she turned her head indifferently. Oh my god, she finally revealed herself. All of Christina's courage and grievance were instantly shattered by this sudden indifference.
No, wait. I just...
Basic first aid is enough. Contact MBCC to take her away. I don't need her anymore.
What the fuck?
No, I just want to know. I'm sorry, Shalom. I just...
No, Shalom, you're such a B-word.
Rahu.
Rahu gets up and leaves Christina once she confirms that the arrival of the rescue team. What is this? What is this Sephiroth scene? What the hell? Rahu, don't follow her! The West District operation plan has been unanimously approved. The construction of the defense network confirmed. Funds, resources, and manpower will be in place immediately. Internal investigation and tactical meeting will begin immediately. The underground won't sit idly by. Be prepared. X. In this FSC operation, you have a more important real task to complete.
The requests have been received, and I will fulfill them all, as I always have.
In the distance, the garden mentor who easily escaped is happily looking at the other side of the rust, where the FSC temporary operation headquarters is emitting a sharp sound.
Oh dear, I failed the task and got made. What should I do next? Trouble is coming. Dear client, what are you going to do?
I thought that was like part of the plan.
Don't go.
No, Christina. No. Oh shit, that's the end. Wait, what happened here? Okay, I'm gonna read this because I'm so curious. I think there's like very important information in here. So, there's been a sudden outbreak of negative public opinion. Unknown parties have exposed FSC internal information on multiple platforms, mainly focusing on the aftermath of the Eclipse operation in NF-103 and the recent serial attacks. Rumors of FSC internal corruption and malicious sacrifice are also being spread. This has greatly stirred citizen sentiment and incited strong opposition to the imminent operation blockade. The FSC credibility and public image have been severely hit. Internal review summary. Blockade operation has encountered severe resistance in its proposal. It's currently impossible to identify the party behind the attack and negative rumors. However, it's clearly that the enemy goal is to disrupt the operation progress with public discourse and undermine morale within the FSC. Major operation step. The Commander-in-Chief held an FSC internal meeting to stress the importance of blockade operation in containing and isolating the West District Black Ring. He also issued an official letter to the city expressing his firm intention to implement the operation and requesting the evaluation meeting to proceed as scheduled. Warning, warning, the Commander-in-Chief has been attacked by an assassin. No, I did closure. God damn. Wait, is that the same report? What happened on the first report? Actually, I haven't read that. Never mind that. But god damn, Shalom, did you actually do that? You know what? I never thought that Shalom gonna do things that far. Oh, finally. So Nathan accepted an anonymous task for money. Nathan is executing the order from a certain person. Nathan is executing an internal order from the FAC. This one that I don't quite sure. Nathan is executing the order from a certain person. I think this one. Oh, that's the first time I'm wrong. So apparently you can be wrong. So this one, 13 people died at the scene. Nope. 12 people died at the scene. 1 person died at the scene. I think it was 1. Eugene, right? The culprit of the Eugene case is someone else. The mentor was lying out a smoke screen. The mentor did not use her ability. No, the culprit is someone else. It was Thistle. The killer is smug about her crimes. The killer is trying to escalate the chaos. The killer is trying to interfere with the interrogation. I would say she tried to interfere because she tried to hide her subordinate, right? There you go. Okay, this case doesn't belong to the series. This case is the third case in the poem. This case is the fourth. No, this case is the third case. Because the fourth case is the chief in commander. Oh, we got more. Let's go. The assassination poem is not really ended. The killer doesn't care about the order of the poem. Nah. There was a problem with the investigation of the time of the crime. Okay. The assassination poem is not really ended. There was a problem with the investigation of the time of the crime. This too is kind of like, does it end though? I mean, like the poem is like the last one. It's not ended because like the fourth, the one that we thought as the fourth case is actually the third case. There was a problem with the investigation of the time. I'm more leaning to this. God damn it! I saw this one. Shit, I'm wrong too. The commander-in-chief is the Guardian ultimate target. The commander-in-chief is the Guardian target of revenge. The commander-in-chief is just a smoke screen. I think she's just a smoke screen, right? They want to kill everyone. I think they want to kill everyone. They want to hold this operation. There you go. Okay, I was wrong by 2. Oh, there's more. Okay. The Guardian seeks vengeance, but that's not their only goal. The Guardian was trying to stir up mayhem. The Guardian was merely executing an order from someone else. I think this is a commission from the underground that taken by the mentor personally. So the mayhem one is not. The Guardian seeks vengeance, but not. Does she really seek for vengeance? I mean, Coco says something that her vengeance is done long time ago. The Guardian was merely executing an order from. The Guardian seek vengeance, but that's only not their only goal. This one. God damn! Wrong 3. I guess that just show my understanding of the story then. God damn it. Okay. Oh, there's so many here. Oh, there's another one. What is this? Oh, you can do that. Is there anything else? Right, so what is it? FAC arms? Oh, no, I don't care. I don't need that. Where's the thing? This one. New medal. Don't really need that, to be honest. Right, so story is getting deeper, guys. God damn. You know, I heard some rumor that people said that at the end of a story or something, Shalom can be like better or something, but nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. When Shalom is Shalom is like, oh god, I can't describe Shalom, man. She's like the real villain right now. Even how crazy Coco looks like right now, because she's just acting crazy. But Shalom is like one of those calm person, but it's actually even more crazy. She's inhuman. She's inhuman, and I don't know how Rahu can just stand by like that, like for real. How can you just stand like that, Rahu? Did she already control Rahu to fully or what? I guess we'll find out on the climax tomorrow on the third day. But goddamn, the story has been really, really good. I will put this probably like one of the top 3 or top 5. Amazing. I love it. I love the story so far, and I feel bad with Christina also. Like, you chose the wrong model, mate. You chose the wrong model. I'm not saying that Coco is better, but you should meet Chief. That is the best one. You should meet Chief. That's probably gonna be the best role model. Right, so there's nothing else that I can say. I'm still trying to digesting all of that. Very, very intense episode in my opinion. I'm looking forward on the third part. I hope you guys all enjoy. Also, I hope you guys also enjoy the story if you're playing it. Right, and then you know what? I'll see you on the next video to the climax of this roller coaster of a story.